It is that time for my response to a tweet. Today's tweet says, Phil, even you have to give credit to Trump and his foreign policy speech and say about time. Phil, even you have to give credit to Trump and his foreign policy speech and say about time. Wow. The only about time I feel is it's about time for people to really understand what's really going zones, as Bernie Mac would say, the late great Bernie Mac would say, what's really going zones. But here's how I'm going to respond to this tweet. You're stupid. I'm sorry. You're dumb as, God, let me fix this. Check this out. One of the knocks we've had and we've learned over the last 8 years is what? When Barack Obama is telling the truth and when is Barack Obama lying when it comes to speeches. We've come to learn that whenever he's on teleprompter or the liar prompter, he's most likely telling a lie, saying what needs to be said. But when he's off teleprompter, that's usually when he's telling the truth, saying what he really feels. And then he gets beat up by his people and he has to come out and explain things because he was off script, off liar prompter. And they get him back on the liar prompter and everybody feels good and they give him credit for being a great orator and all these kind of things. But the whole time he is lying to us. Look at where we're at right now. So now Donald Trump gives a foreign policy speech where he's on liar prompter, and we're forgetting what we just learned over the last 8 years. When is Donald Trump lying and when is Donald Trump telling the truth? You guys give him credit for when he's off the liar prompter and he's speaking from his heart. Your excuse is he's not politically correct. He's not a traditional politician, so you got to bear with him. He speaks from his heart, and if people don't like it, it's because he is not a politician. He is not politically correct, but he really loves America, and he's going to make America great again. So when Donald Trump is speaking from the heart, telling the truth, off liar prompter, slapping the dog stank out of Americans, we're supposed to accept the ass whooping as the truth, and that's just him, and that's what he means from the heart. So when he gets on the liar prompter, now he's being politically correct, and is it possible he's telling us what we want to hear and what we need to hear? So if he's giving a great foreign policy speech, why is Donald Trump getting put on teleprompter now? There is something that spooked our orange demigod. There's something that spooked him. And they had to get him on message because the American people are now saying something. There is a rumor going out that spooked the orange boy wonder. What was it? See, nothing spooks Donald. Nothing scares Donald. Yes, it does. When Donald Trump gets put on teleprompter, not only does it scare Donald Trump to accept the liar prompter, it scared the people who's pushing Donald Trump too. See, through this whole presidential election, this whole process, ever since they've been talking about replacing Trump, denying Trump, defunding Trump, everything, Trump says, man, I don't need you. I don't care. I'm going to speak what I say. People love it. I'm not going to change. I'm going to continue. So then what was the change? See, because every time we talk about replacing Donald Trump, we talk about replacing him with somebody that he can cry the American people didn't pick. I got the most votes. I have the largest crowds. I this, I that. The American people spoke, even though it's like 30 or 40% of them. Now 60% said something real louder, but that's okay. Yet I digress. The thing is this. Something spooked them. What spooked them? This is what spooked Donald Trump into giving this foreign policy speech where now even ridiculous never Trump people are saying Trump did a great job. No, he did a great job at reading the liar prompter. The liar prompter is a cover-up for one of two things. One, the thing that spooked Donald Trump. And two, the thing that Donald Trump did that should be really spooky. One, the first thing that spooked Donald Trump. This is what spooked him. That the establishment is talking about replacing him with Mike Pence, his running mate. That scared Donald Trump. Okay, I'll get on the liar prompter and I'll try to stay on message. That got him off of Twitter. He hasn't said anything ridiculous in the last couple minutes. Because before they talk about replacing with Ted Cruz and this and that, and Donald Trump has a response for that. I was picked. I'm the one with the most votes. I set the record. This, that. But when he gets replaced with somebody he picked, that's different. There's the rumor going out they want to replace Donald Trump with Mike Pence, his running mate. I'll take the liar prompter. And I'll get on the liar prompter and do what? Scare the bejesus out of the American people with facts that they know is there. Nothing new there. There's nothing there. It's the same old Donald Trump, go there, Muslims coming to kill us, we got to build a wall, got to kick them out, got to do this. Same old thing. So for you Republicans or people out there saying about time that he lies to us appropriately, like Barack Obama did, and make it like it's some kind of cool epiphany, Donald Trump is finally on message, to your own failure. He's lying, and he just needs to stay on track, and he needs to scare you guys succinctly. But the second thing that his liar prompter foreign policy thing is covering up, what this man said to us in Canada and in Connecticut. See, Donald Trump's domestic policy, he's threatening us. Donald Trump is telling you how he feels about us. He thinks we owe him something. What does he say to the people in Connecticut? After all the money, that means I'm trying to buy the presidency. After all the time I spent, I wouldn't spend time with you guys. I'd be the rich guy that wasn't spending time with your dumb asses before I started running for president. After all the things that I've said and done, you owe me your vote. And if you don't give me what you owe me, I'm going to Tony Soprano your asses. I'm not going to forget you. He's threatening us. He thinks that this presidency is owed to him because of he's negotiating it like a business deal. I spent the best money. I spent the best time on this deal. You owe it to me. And if you take it away from me, I'm not going to forget you. He's threatening us. And now you're going to forget that he threatened us because he's now trying to speak to you and lie to you with the liar prompter about what we already know is going on? First, ask yourself this question. What did Donald Trump, what was he doing for America to where he can say if he loses, I'm not going to forget you? What is he going to do to us? What power does this orange demigod think he has? Why are you threatening us? What are you going to do to us? Do you really have mob ties to where you could go into Connecticut and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Florida and your mob buddies are going to really go in there and hurt some people? What was Donald Trump doing to us prior to him running? What was he doing for us prior to running? He was doing for himself. He's full of something. But the bigger thing is this. If he would so happen to get in, he's got a hit list on Americans. He's threatening us right now. He thinks we owe him something because he negotiated this whole thing like a freaking business deal. And he has to win this bid. He has beaten out 16 other bidders. He has out-business maneuvered 16 other Americans that have way more to offer and have done way more for this country than he has. And so that you don't know that he threatened you in Connecticut, so that you don't know he is threatened by his own running mate he picked, he goes and articulates with the help of a liar prompter the threat against us that he is the only one qualified to take care of. You know why he can't take care of them? Because Donald Trump negotiates with these people. He has to lie to us, stay on script, because these are his buddies. He negotiates with Russia. He negotiates with the Arab community. He negotiates with China. He negotiates with Mexico. So when it comes to scaring the bejesus on us, he has to stay on script. He needs the liar prompter. But when it comes to threatening us, he doesn't need a liar prompter, because that's what's in him. That's what he's good at. We just watched him do it for a year. More than a year, and tell us that I can shoot one of you in the middle of the street and still not lose any support. Donald Trump is great at slapping the hell out of us, and he doesn't need no help with a script to do that. And he covers it up with, I'm not politically correct. But you're not politically helping us, and you are politically incorrect, kicking our asses like some kind of orange pimp. And we're nothing but your hoes. But when it comes to him having to tell a lie about the people he negotiates with and does business deals with, he needs somebody to help him write that so we can stay on track. And if you fall for that foolishness, we're in trouble, America, bigger than you can ever imagine. Donald Trump threatened us. That's his domestic policy. Threaten us. We owe him. He paid for it. But his foreign policy is to keep them foreign people as a threat while he keeps negotiating with them and make his ties and all this kind of stuff, while he makes us believe he's going to do something great for America. He didn't do nothing before he ran for president. What in the hell makes you think he's going to do something after? That's not about Donald J. Trump. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. That's my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.